In Iowa news, today the U.S. Department of Justice is set to file a lawsuit over Iowa's new immigration law, unless Governor Kim Reynolds pledges to not enforce it. So far, she's doing the opposite. State House reporter Skylar Talal is breaking down the DOJ's request, along with other problems rising from the law.
In a letter, the U.S. Department of Justice says Iowa's immigration law, making illegal reentry into the U.S. a state crime, violates the Constitution. The DOJ says they'll sue unless Governor Kim Reynolds vows to not enforce it by May 7th. Reynolds responds to the threat of a lawsuit, saying, quote, "We will respect the rule of law and enforce it."
We had raised questions about the constitutionality of this law when it was on the floor of the House. So I wasn't surprised to hear this because I see concerns as well.
Democrats side with the DOJ that immigration should be left up to the federal government. But Republicans argue the Biden administration isn't taking action. In a statement, Iowa Attorney General Brenna Bird says our message to Biden is this: Iowa will not back down and stand by as our state's safety hangs in the balance. If Biden refuses to stop the border invasion and keep our communities safe, Iowa will do the job for him. And some Iowa law enforcement officers claim the law is going to be nearly impossible to enforce.
We don't have the resources to be able to enforce that law. We don't have anything that will tell us at face level, I stop you, pull you over, run your name. Nothing's going to tell me you've been deported. There's no access to the information that's going to allow me to do that.
Iowa's new law goes into effect July 1st and is similar to a Texas law that's temporarily blocked by the courts. Tim Hagel, political science professor at UI, says this issue will most likely end up at the Supreme Court.
Finding out whether or not the states even have the ability, from a legal standpoint, to carry out something like this. And if the answer ends up being yes, then it's going to have to be incumbent on the state legislators to provide the resources for the local law enforcement to actually be effective in carrying out their duties.
In Des Moines, Skylar Talal reporting.